So one of the most useful tools I've learned over probably like the last 10 years is this tool called SASHET. SASHET is just an acronym and it stands for the primary emotions that everyone experiences. It stands for sad, angry, scared, happy, excited, tender. These are the primary emotions of every human being. Over the years, I've learned how to use this tool to identify and own my emotions. I've done this here at my job with my teammates. I've done this in my relationships with friends, and I've done this in my relationship with my husband at home. This tool has been so useful, first in identifying my emotions. So sometimes I'll just check in with myself. That's what I call it now. I just check in about how I'm actually feeling. I just identify, is that actually sadness or is it anger maybe coming out as sadness? Am I frustrated with something and maybe the primary emotion behind that is anger, or maybe I'm scared? Or am I feeling just a little bit discouraged? Well, is the primary emotion behind that fear or sadness? Maybe I'm just feeling like on this high and I'm not able to put words to it. Am I excited about something that's going to come? Am I just feeling happy about the current moment? The whole purpose is just to sift through SASHET, sad, angry, scared, happy, excited, tender, and ultimately identify what is the emotion that I'm feeling behind it. And then the primary goal and what has ultimately changed my life is owning that emotion, specifically owning that emotion with other people. So what I've done in my life is I'll check in with my team. My team here at Flatirons, I used to work on our Denver campus team, and we would always have a team check-in. We just literally sit in a circle. It's nothing crazy or spiritual or supernatural. It's just us sitting in a circle and owning our emotions. What we do is we'll just check in with our team, tell them how we're feeling, and then maybe give some reasons as to why we are feeling the way we're feeling. Some of us were feeling angry because we were cut off in traffic. Some of us were feeling angry because of something really specific that was going on in our life behind the scenes. Some of us were just excited about what was coming in our jobs, or maybe excited about what was going on at home with our families. And some of us were feeling really, really sad because of loss or other things like that. What this did, I feel like it just made my team so much closer because we were able to bond over how we were feeling. We were able to empathize with one another, but also we were able to just see maybe why we were showing up the way that we were showing up. Our emotions have a way of making us do things, right? Our emotions can sometimes lead us to do things that could be destructive and could be right, could be just. But regardless, we were showing up, owning the emotion that we were feeling, and then our team was on the same page of knowing that's what Ambry is walking in with today. She's coming before us authentically telling us that she's feeling angry or sad or scared or excited about something coming up. They were able to understand where I was coming from. And so whatever action I would do out of that place would help them understand where I was coming from. The goal of owning our emotions is owning them so that they don't own you. Because our emotions just have a way of, like I said, making us do things that maybe are destructive things. So take anger, for example. Anger was an emotion that I was so uncomfortable with. I never wanted to feel anger because it always felt mean. It just felt so wrong to feel angry at someone or at something. But the reality was the anger and the emotion never went away. I was still angry. I was just dismissing the anger. I was shoving aside the anger, or I just wasn't owning the anger. And so what ended up happening was that anger would own me. I would end up doing things out of anger, and all of my actions would come off sideways. I was doing things that I didn't intend to do. I wasn't intending to hurt anybody, but it was because this anger was just being pushed down, pushed aside, and dismissed. And I just wasn't owning it. Well, I come to find that I have an issue with anger, and I don't really appear to be an angry person, so people have a hard time believing that. But that's just because I still feel angry. I just don't like to feel angry, and so I don't like to own that I'm angry. But ever since really owning that emotion specifically, I found so much freedom in just being able to own it authentically with the people in my life and realize that I can direct that emotion rather than it directing me. So you can use this tool too. This tool is super simple. You can do it with yourself. You can do it with a trusted person. You could do it with your small group. You could do it with a significant other or your wife or your husband. All you do is you just have to check in. Be honest with yourself. It starts with just being honest. Identify what primary emotion is behind maybe like a secondary emotion. So, are you feeling sad, angry, scared, happy, excited, or tender, or all of the above? You can own as many emotions as you want to. Then own it. Literally say, I own that I'm feeling sad. I'm own that I'm feeling sad, but also I'm feeling happy. And how could you hold those things at the same time? Well, it is possible. So own those emotions. And then just get honest with the other person about it. I'm owning those emotions, and maybe out of that place, you have to ask for forgiveness for something that you've done out of the emotion. Or maybe it just helps you understand why you acted in a certain way that you acted, and it helps you see things just a little clearer. Regardless, you can identify and own your emotions today with somebody or even on your own. And you can do it using this tool called SASHET.